So what is a living trust exactly? A living trust is a legal entity that you create while you're alive and lives on after you pass away and makes sure that your stuff, your property, is passed along to your loved ones and all the places that you want to go in a responsible way. But in many ways, can be thought of like a bucket, okay? And before we create this bucket, we have to write the rule book, okay? So we have a rule book where you carefully go through what you want to happen with all of your stuff, with your homes and your property and your money and everything. So the rule book goes in the bucket. And this rule book says, maybe you want to leave your house to your kids. Maybe you want that house rented out. Maybe you want it sold and split up. Maybe you want things left to charity. That all goes in the rule book. But a trust is empty and it is powerless unless it has something in it. So that trust has to be funded. We have to put things in that trust either while you're alive or when you pass away as part of a beneficiary designation. So for most of my clients and for many people in California, their most valuable piece of property is their home. So we have to fill the bucket by putting the house inside of the trust. We have another document called an assignment of personal property, and that means every personal item that you own, whether it be electronics or appliances or jewelry, all of that stuff goes into the bucket. So all of the furniture and everything else goes in the bucket. And we can even put financial accounts like bank accounts, right? Checking account can go into the bucket. And then sometimes we want to make the trust the beneficiary of certain financial accounts like life insurance. So you can actually put your life insurance policy, make the beneficiary of that life insurance policy the trust. So what happens is when you pass away, you're gone. You're gone, but the trust is still there and everything is still in the trust. Now you are the initial trustee, meaning you have complete control over everything in the trust. But when you're gone, the control of the trust passes from you to the next trustee or the successor trustee. And they're in charge of distributing all the money, all the property, the home. But that doesn't mean they can do whatever they want with it, right? They have to follow the rule book that you created with your lawyer when you set up the trust. So a trust can be thought of as a bucket with stuff in it, but the stuff can only come out of that bucket and be distributed according to the rule book. And that's what a living trust is.